solid, slick piece of ice on everything. You can see the amount of ice forming on top of the rooftop. Hey guys, Stan here from Rocky Creek. I've been gone for a little bit. There's a reason for that. Let me bring you up to speed on what's been going on. But it's been it's super cold. We're getting ice storms and snowstorms. So let's talk about it. But also the biggest topic we're going to talk about today is what did I think of the GrubTerra since we have finally finished up the 5-pound bag that they sent us for review. So we're going to get into that as well to find out if it's worth it or not. So let's get into that right now. What's wrong with your hair, Q? Oh, girl, you're a mess. Oh, my. So if you remember back in one of our previous videos, this company, GrubTerra, reached out to us and originally wanted us to be affiliate with their company. I turned that down initially because I didn't know anything about them. I don't want to tie my name to a company that I personally don't know if it's good quality. And I don't want you all to assume it is because I'm using it. And I want to be as honest as I can with you about it. So instead, they sent me a bag, asked me to try it out, and give you an honest review and feedback about it. So that's what we're going to get into right now, because it's been probably about 3 weeks since we've been using it, and I'm going to shoot you straight on what I think of it right now. So first, oh, Mater, check him out. Mater just came out of his house, and he's covered in hay. Brother, were you sleeping good? My God, your face is covered. I know, it's cold, man. Go back in there and stay warm. It's super cold. Alright? We're just going to shoot a little video on the GrubTerra. You don't eat that. That's not for you. You just get like apples and bread and about anything but GrubTerra. Alright guys, so as I was saying, first let's start out with what did the chickens think of it. I have given my chickens mealworms. I have given my chickens different kinds of scratch grain, but there's also some other stuff you can buy at like the feed stores that are sort of like a scratch grain but have like mealworms intermixed with it. Nonetheless, I've given them several treats in my time. I've been raising chickens for several years now, and I can honestly tell you that my chickens seem to like and be excited for this GrubTerra more than any other type of product I've used, and that is 100% honest with you. As soon as I would turn the corner with that bag, they all would just come running out of that coop, wanting it so bad. As soon as I put the bag down, they're trying to put their little head in there and get it. So in terms of how much the chickens actually liked it, hands down, best product that I've used to get them excited for it. Now, secondly, did it help with our chickens molting and egg production? Because as you can tell, we are in the thick of winter. It has been more of a harsh winter for us this year than we've had in several years. And I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit too, about the weather that we've been dealing with. But let's talk about, did it help with the molt and did it help with egg production? So my chickens were molting harder this year than they have in past years, especially certain ones in particular. So this was good timing. In terms of helping the molt, I can't say for sure that it increased the coming back of their molt faster than usual. But in typical, for what chickens were molting, it may have reduced it by a day or two, but nothing that I would say would be a significant difference that would be attributed to giving them the GrubTerra. So for that piece, I can't say that for sure. I saw a big difference. Now, egg production. I will give GrubTerra this, and whether or not it was the GrubTerra or just by luck, I did see an increase in egg production in my chickens. We had reached a point in the spring and summer, we averaged about 9 to 11 eggs per day. When we got into the thick of the winter, I'd actually gotten down to where I got no eggs on some days, or about 2 to 3 eggs max on average for about 3 to 4 weeks prior to getting the GrubTerra. Upon giving the GrubTerra, for the first week, I was about the same. I was still getting about 1 to 3 eggs per day throughout the first week. After I got through that initial first week of still getting the same amount of eggs prior to the GrubTerra, I actually saw a significant jump for what we're dealing with in the wintertime right now. I've actually now, every day, have been getting a minimum of 5 eggs and sometimes up to 7 eggs, which is very good for where we were pretty consistent with as cold as it is. And the temperatures nor the sunshine have really been here to make a difference. And so I do honestly think that the supplemental nutrients from the GrubTerra did actually increase our egg production during the winter months at this time. So I do give them a thumbs up on that part. I haven't collected today, guys, and you can see there's 3 eggs under her and she's yet to lay. So even then, I think we're on track today to get the amount of eggs that I've told you that we're getting with that GrubTerra. Now let's talk about the number one thing that most of you all probably want to know, because at the end of the day, bottom dollar is what's important. And was the cost of what this would be, if you were to purchase it, worth the money in comparison to other similar products that would be a competitor? I give GrubTerra the thumbs up and the number one on that compared to other products, because mealworms would be your next closest competitor in terms of a supplemental feed or snack for your chickens. And when you go to the feed store, and I went online and I just went to one of the largest chain feed stores there are in comparison, and looked up different 5-pound packages, because that's what GrubTerra sent me. And on GrubTerra's site, a 5-pound package of black soldier fly larvae are $32.99. But I'm gonna give you a promo code in a little bit that'll get you at least 10% off on that. When you look at 5-pound packages at your local feed store of different types of mealworms, it is the same, if not a little bit more expensive for those. But when you compare nutritional data, the black soldier fly larva is far superior to that of the mealworm. So with that being said, I go ahead and give GrubTerra the win on that one in terms of value. Now, if you look down in the description box below, and if you follow us on social media, GrubTerra did reach out to me and told me I could provide you the code. If you use the code of RCH at your checkout for a first-time customer, you can get 10% off your first order. Now, if you go to their site, I will be honest with you, you can still get 10% off without that promo code. They'll give you one on the site if it's still running, but you have to agree to their newsletter. So if you don't mind getting a bunch of the emails, then go ahead, you can use that promo code. Or if you don't want to worry about receiving the emails and you just want to go ahead and get 10% right off the bat without worrying about subscriptions or anything like that, then you can go ahead and use that promo code RCH and let them know that Rocky Creek had sent you, and you'll get that 10% off your first order as well. So overall, I actually have been a very good fan of GrubTerra. This bag is completely empty. My chickens absolutely loved it. I'm actually going to be placing another order for another 5-pound bag. They do sell in 1-pound bag increments, which is cheaper. But if you're going to get overall savings, your 5-pound is your better option. And for the number of chickens I have, this 5-pound bag was fantastic. Now, I did use this 5-pound package up in about 3 to 4 weeks, but I was very liberal in the amount that I gave them. Moving forward, I'm not going to give them that much every day, especially since I'm paying for it out of my own pocket. I will most likely do about half of what I gave them each day, which means I'll probably get about 2 months out of it, and that's giving it every day. I probably won't do that, especially as we get into spring and summer. It'll probably just be here or there. But through the winter time, yeah, I'm going to give it to them pretty often. But I myself will be purchasing more of this in the future, because I do think it's a fantastic product. Now let's talk a little bit about where have I been. I haven't had a video up in 2 weeks. So if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you will actually learn that my wife's grandfather recently passed away. He had been really struggling. He had been on hospice care. He was a fantastic man. Actually, our garden that we had success in last year, much of that was attributed to him, because he actually hooked me up with a rear tine tiller that he had had for a long time, and that actually helped prepare our land for the first time here. So losing him was a hard thing for especially her. And so, you know, we had to take some time with family and take care of all that stuff. So that was one reason why we didn't put anything out on one of the weeks. Now, other than that, it's just been the weather. I work full time, so the weekends is when I usually get to shoot and do a lot of my stuff, because, you know, it just gets dark so fast, so I don't have time when I get home from work. Spring and summer, yeah, I kind of work that out a little bit. But I've had all kinds of projects and things that I had planned to get done to bring you along with. But the first weekend, we got snow. Then the next weekend, more snow. Then the following weekend, we had the passing away in the family. And then this weekend, we got ice. But you know what I said this weekend? I can at least get you in this update on the GrubTerra, let you know how it worked, and let you know whether or not it's worth it if you've been on that fence. So guys, go check them out. I think they're a fantastic company. They're actually a fairly new company, so it's great to help a new entrepreneur here in the United States trying to do something great for animals and reusing what would be food waste in our environment and putting it to good use. So go check them out, and guys, we hope that we can get some better weather here real soon and we can get doing some more stuff and bring you along with that. So until then, guys, y'all stay safe, keep yourselves warm. Hey, appreciate every moment that you have with your family, and y'all be good, and we'll see you here real soon on the next video. See you guys.